Good afternoon. Again, I actually thought I was recording the video before, but then come to find out when I looked down, it was not recording. And I was like, damn it, I've been talking this whole time thinking I'm recording. I need to just go ahead and get a GoPro camera. Like, once I get a GoPro, that's the real riding experience right there. That's what I really want. But anyway, I said so much. All right, so long story short, I always say long story short. They placed me in a very interesting dream manipulation, which also taught me something else that I need to adhere to and just pay attention to going into the future. So the dream I was in was basically I was home. And for whatever reason, I think I had picked up a shift from this old job I used to have. I used to have a job as a catering server and bartender. Really good money, very easy. But the problem came in the dream when I realized I didn't have my uniform with me. You know, we're supposed to wear like white jackets, black bow ties, stuff like that. And I didn't have none of it with me, so I was panicking. Like, I felt the stress and everything. Like, the strange thing was, even though I was asleep, I felt like I knew it was a dream. But I felt like instead of me waking up, because I was like, I don't feel like waking up. Because I'm like, I know I got to get up for work in a few minutes or a couple of hours or something. But I'm like, I don't feel like waking up. So it was basically almost as if like I told myself, I'm going to just go through the dream anyway. So I said, all right. Let me see where this goes. And I felt like I remember telling myself, you know what, let me see where this goes. So in a dream, I'm like stressing out because I'm like, oh my goodness, I got a shift coming up. I can't believe I accepted it without making sure I have my uniform. So then I'm calling around the people who live near me to ask them. I'm like, hey, Can I borrow like your jacket? Do you still have your jacket? And the guy I asked, he was like, I don't know, I might have it, I might not have it. So he was giving me that not so sure answer. So then I'm like freaking out because I'm like, yo, I want some of this money. It's $25 an hour, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden he says on the phone, he's like, look, man, if you can't get the jacket from me, then I don't know. You might just have to just take that as a loss. And then I was like, And for whatever reason, I feel like even in my spirit, in the dream, I was just like, you know what? Why am I stressing over this? Because I know this is a dream. I know I do not have a shift. And I know that I would never set myself up to experience this much type of stress. And then I realized they were there observing and watching the whole time. They were watching me experience stress. Hold on. So, yeah, like, so in the dream, it was just like, it just didn't, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, when he told me that, you know, I should just go ahead and cut my losses, and then it was almost like I just stopped and I looked at myself and I was like, Chris, why are you stressing this much? One, you know this is a dream, so you shouldn't be giving it as much power and energy over your emotions as you're giving it, because that's what they're doing. They're observing and watching you live out different emotional states while in a dream. And some people probably don't realize, just like in you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, those dreams are still connected to your nervous system. So when you respond to certain things in your dreams with you know, specific ways and whatnot, you're actually giving power. It's like you're giving power over to them. I mean, think about it like this. Like, when you fear in your dreams, you're actually increasing your heart rate. Like when you're doing things that may seem like dangerous or whatever the case may be, your actual vital signs are changing as you're going through the dream. So it's like I know I'm pretty sure I couldn't die from that type of dream manipulation, because that was just only a dream about me, forgetting that I don't have my uniform. There's no way I'm gonna let myself get that worked up. But it seems like that was one of the tests they wanted to see. It was like how much stress would I, it's like how much stress would I allow myself to go through knowing that I don't actually have a shift with the catering company, and that I know better than to actually take a shift and then not be prepared for it. And I'm not sure if they probably ran that scenario because I was thinking like, well, I could use some more money, and I'm not in need of more money. I could use more money. Anybody could use more money, unless you're just having this absurd amount of money, then obviously. But I was just like, why am I stressing myself over something that's not real? It's like I'm in a dream, and I'm like, I know it's a dream. So why am I giving it so much power? So then all of a sudden, I always do this thing like like when I'm in a dream, it's almost as if like I wave my hand in front of my eyes, and all of a sudden it just like it just evaporate into like it just evaporates, and then all of a sudden all the images and everything clear away, and then I wake up from the dream, and I get up, and I think at that time, actually no, I think my alarm clock woke me up too. It was kind of like the moment I realized it was a dream and I decided not to give it any power. That's when my alarm goes off. And then like I remember waking up and then telling my girl, I'm like, I just had a dream that I was like, they just put me in a dream manipulation where I took a catering shift and I didn't have my uniform. I was like, wow. So that made me want, and then, but you know what's even worse? What's even worse was there was a guy, actually I think there was a point where I had got a jacket, or I think maybe my friend did give me that jacket. And then I remember walking up to somebody that was checking the uniforms, and it was a face I never seen before. So I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is. And he like looked me up and down, and he was like, "You're not up to par." And I was like, what? I always look clean when I come to work. So I was like, that's how I know this is a dream. Because I was like, there's too many discrepancies in this dream for me not to realize that this shit is definitely not real. Because I was like, I know how I be when I go into work. But anyway, so yeah, that was like I guess it was just like I don't know, I guess it was a stress test or something, I don't know. Or to see what I would do, or, I don't know. But anyway, aside from that, work was okay today. Like, I am trying to I'm trying something, well, at least I used to do it before, but then I guess I forgot, or, I stopped doing it. I don't know, a lot of times, I find myself doing several things to like try to mitigate many of the things that I'm dealing with as far as like targeting and stuff like that. So like oh man, dang, I really need the 4 train though. I guess I'm gonna just have to transfer to the express now to get to one. Anyway, let me see where I'm at. Oh my goodness, I love dogs. I love seeing dogs on my routes too. Dogs make my day. Like I am like my optimal self whenever I see it. Whenever I see a dog, I'm just like, yes. especially when they're like really playful and they want you to touch them and whatnot. I'm like, oh yes. I was like, what's the feel good hormones? The I forgot what's the feel good hormone. Is it serotonin? I don't remember. But anyway, endorphins, whatever. It was like I always felt really good when I see dogs on my route. And what I am also trying to keep track of is because as I'm trying to remember the several different bullet points, well, it was mostly 4 bullet points. I need to just start writing down these, at least start writing down like little keywords or terms for me to remember as talking points. Because me just trying to remember everything is always kind of hard, because it's like as I'm trying to solidify the neural connection so that the memory can be strong, so the link can be strong, it's like they're taking the light, they're taking the sensors, and it's like they're breaking, it's like they're heating the neurons and the neural synapses, so then they break or they become weak. And then next thing you know, I won't be able to transmit, that electrical data, from neuron to neuron, and so that the information can, I guess, work its way out in my mind. But all right. So okay, so I talked about the dream. What else? Work. Yeah. Yeah, work was alright. I got caught in the rain earlier, but then it started to cool, well, dry up. Then it started getting humid. But the other thing that I note too is dang. I hope everybody's doing alright, because they've been doing, either the brain is very resilient or they really are using very, very controlled amounts of like energy to basically heat up the tissues in my brain, because I don't know how I'm still maintaining some of the cognitive functions that I'm doing now, because the amount of hits I've been taking in the brain is like, I don't know. But I guess when I think about it, like this is supposed to be a long-term torture. Like I guess it's supposed to be long-term. So I guess I just have to like, I don't know. I'm not hoping for the worst, and I'm not necessarily like I'm not really depending on no one on this planet to save me from this. It's just I guess I'm just, they got so much energy in my memory cortex on the right hemisphere of my brain right now. Like, it's so much energy. And every time I open my mouth, it's like, it's almost like, it's like there's a, I don't know, it's like there's like a balloon of hot air or hot gas that's being popped on the side of my brain, on the side of my skull. And the air, that gas is just coming out through the mouth. And it's only when I try to remember something, that's when I feel most of that pressure, that buildup of what it feels like gas or whatever. It's only when I try to remember something do I feel it. And I feel the pressure, but I don't feel, it's not pain. It's very uncomfortable, but it's not pain. It's not pain. It doesn't burn like fire or anything like that, but it's just pressure build up. And then I can feel when I open my jaw at a certain degree angle, all that heat and pressure build up on the right side of my skull, it just comes out through this It comes out through the right side of the mouth, not the left side, or not even the middle. It comes out through the right side, somewhere on the inside, but the right side of the mouth. Like it's all just flowing out on that one side. I guess I'll just go ahead and lean on this other part then, because I can't remember something else. It was something else I was supposed to talk about. But anyway, so they're going gung-ho about making sure the streets, just about anyone in the streets or in the underworld or underground or whatever of New York City, they all know who I am. Because to them, I'm a snitch. To them, I am somebody that's going around, I guess, they're trying to make it seem like I'm out here being like a confidential informant or some shit. They're out here acting like I'm out here telling on all the drug dealers and on the corners or whatever. They're out here acting like I'm telling on all the people, you know, murdering people, whatever. They're acting like I'm out here talking about the people who are physically out here doing it. They're reporting to the streets as if like I'm a snitch like that. But my thing is, I'm like, since when does genocide be a part of street code? I don't understand it. Since when does slavery become a part of street code? I'm like, I don't know. But when you think about how in you know, in the underworld, there's, you know, human trafficking. So I guess if you were to like tell on somebody who's a I don't know, a boss in human trafficking, I guess you would consider that snitching, right? But it's the trafficking and selling of human beings. Who, like, I don't understand that though. Like, it's the buying and selling of human beings. You may not actually be physically kidnapping the person, and that's what they'll always lean on. Oh, we're not physically doing harm to anyone. You know, we're not physically, you know, doing anything. We're not physically. They're always talking about physical. Because even in court, they're going to tell you, do you have physical evidence? What type of evidence do you have? Do you have something physical, something tangible? And then I always find it interesting how many people, the more I've been talking, the more people I've been noticing basically all telling me, oh, secret society don't want him knowing about technology, or, oh, it's a shame. And it's funny because there's a doorman at this one building. I'm not even gonna say the building name. I'm not even gonna give the address. There's this doorman who, like, he waited for me to like turn the corner to go into the elevator. And then before the doors even close, actually before I even really get around the corner to go to the elevator, I hear him telling the other guy, you know, secret society is, you know, they don't something. He was like, I don't, he's like, it's not healthy for this guy. He's like, I can't believe this guy. You know, it's like they're trying to make me seem like I'm wrong for doing what I'm doing. You know, like the world has been completely flipped upside down on its head. Everything that's wrong is becoming right, and everything that's right is becoming wrong. You know. Yeah, it's like everything that's right is becoming wrong, and everything that's wrong is becoming right. And they're protecting everyone who does wrong. And the handlers just now, they're like saying, you have no idea. And I'm thinking to myself, all right. Anunnaki, Anunnaki, Anunnaki. That's right. I knew it was going to come to me. I am going to go through some parts of the Book of Enoch on camera one of these days. And I'm going to put the pieces together. Because I believe that when the Book of Enoch was written and he mentions a distant future generation, not now, but several generations into the future, I believe they were talking about now. For now, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.